would say about 2 weeks ago, I found out my husband was using a like an AI chatbot to discuss his sexual fantasies. And I mean, he's been kind of working through an addiction to a type of pornography for a while. And anyway, this was just, I don't know, I feel like it was a new level of betrayal.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just needed to talk to somebody about it.
Well, thank you for calling.
Nobody really knows.
Okay. Thank you for calling. What did you find?
What do you mean?
I can hear in your voice that you didn't find him just texting Chat GPT back and forth with some run-of-the-mill sex stuff. It sounds like you walked in on or read some things or saw some things that were pretty troubling.
Yeah. He really likes anime, and you know, he and I are both we're both raised religiously, and so like generally he does his best to steer clear of anime that is sexual, because he knows that he gets triggered. But then anyway, so it's basically an anime chat bot. And you know, it's like they're having a conversation, and it's supposed to be erotic. And
does it create a character too that talks back to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that character will do whatever he types in that box?
Yep.
Yeah. And will cheer him on as he masturbates or as he does what he's going to do on his side?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And you hear me say this a lot on the show, but I'll tell you directly, you're not crazy. You'd have your heart broken and be disgusted and be weirded out. And to also be looking yourself in the mirror in the morning wondering, why is a fictitious cartoon robot more appealing than me?
Yeah.
All of it. I'm sorry. How long have y'all been together?
We're coming up on 9 years.
You got kids?
We have 3 kids.
How old are they?
We have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, man. You're a pretty chaotic house, huh?
Very.
Do you work? Does he work?
He works full-time. I just recently started up a side hustle because one of our main goals together is trying to buy a house so that we can establish roots.
Yeah. And that's a nightmare these days, trying to save up for a house. Good grief, especially in Salt Lake City. Jeez.
Yeah.
Tell me about the past conversations and experiences he's had with pornography.
So before we even got married, he disclosed to me that he struggled as a teenager with masturbation. He didn't really get into pornography till after we were married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things I was very thankful and still am. He's very open with me. He's honest with me, and he will come to me and tell me when he's looked things up that he shouldn't have, or when he's masturbated, or so that was one thing I really appreciate, is that he's so open with me about it instead of trying to hide it.
Yeah. There's some that can be good, but after 10 years together, the constant disclosure without any changes in actions or behavior can leave you carrying a ton of, for lack of better words, it's like he has this thing that violates his core values.
Yeah.
And violates the values that you two have established for your marriage. And then he comes to you openly and just has a cinder block and says, well, I did this thing that violates what we agreed on. Here, you carry this. I'm going to go back.
Right.
And then nothing changes. And then a few months later, or a year later, or 2 weeks later, he pops back up and says, did it again. Carry this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like you're so burdened carrying all this stuff. You're trying to figure out, how does this align with a guy who's like provides for the family? Maybe he's a good dad. He's present with these 3 little kids, whatever. And so you have to say things like, well, at least he's not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And at least this isn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost a way that you can excuse all of this insane weight you're carrying. So I guess at the beginning of this call, I want you to at least exhale, and if you can, close your eyes for 2 seconds and just imagine yourself dropping all of those bricks and cinder blocks. Just set them down. And then you have to sit there and look at this guy who says he's one thing, who in some areas of his life acts a certain way. Is he a good dad? Does he show up?
He's an amazing dad.
Okay. Is he a good husband? Outside of the fact that he keeps outsourcing feelings and eroticism and play and fantasies to like pornography, and now to an escalate, basically a live pornography, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Other than the pornography and masturbation, he's my best friend, and we love hanging out and shooting the breeze, and I don't know, we're really good together other than that.
So let me say this. My best friends in the world don't violate the core value agreements we have with each other. It's not what best friends do.
Yeah.
So how did this, when you discovered this, how'd the conversation go?
Like, I had no idea that kind of thing existed.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, a new level of shock, I suppose. And I asked him to stop. And I asked him to get help. And he says he doesn't know if he'll stop.
Okay.
But he started therapy 2 weeks ago, right after I asked him to. So, I don't know. I do know that pornography like that changes your brain chemistry, and so I just am hoping to be able to help him get the help he needs to be able to rewire his brain so it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think of it in that way, because that makes it sound like he's forever altered.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Things are different now. There's an exposure in your marriage now.
Yeah.
And depending on the stuff he was looking at, I'm less worried about, like, brain plasticity is extraordinary. Up and down, like left and right, all over the place, right? I'm more worried about that you can't unsee some of the things that you saw him asking this sexual being in the form of an AI like projection. You can't unsee some of the stuff that you didn't even know was in your husband's head that he wanted to see expressed, that he was sexually excited by.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to unsee and unknow that.
Yeah.
It's disturbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about like, I need you to stop. I need you to do these things. I want you to do something that's going to sound counterintuitive. And I want you to reclaim autonomy in this moment. Because right now you feel devastated, right?
Yeah.
And reclaiming autonomy happens in a couple of ways. It's you taking very serious a pen and a paper and being clear, despite the ramifications, clear about what you will and will not tolerate in your home.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's being very clear about what a path back to trust looks like. Because this guy blew trust to smithereens. Not only in pornography, y'all have talked about this a million times, not only in him having I'm going to call it a digital affair.
Okay.
He had an affair. And a really seedy, disturbing affair.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you creating a path back to what trust may look like, if you have any interest in that. Or if this was the final straw, and when he looked at you and said, I don't think I want to quit. And I'm hearing words like this. I love this AI bot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with this thing. This bot doesn't judge me like you do. This bot will do whatever I ask and you won't, etc. However those conversations go. And you being able to say, if we're going to, I don't want to be married to you anymore. I'm done with this thing. Or you saying, this is just my husband and he does good in some of these other areas, so I'm just going to take it. I'd recommend not doing that, but you're free to do that. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're in ash. Here's the path back. If you want me to trust you, if you want to stay married to me, if you want to stay present in the lives of your kids all the time, here's what trust is going to look like. No more screens. No more phones. We're deleting all the stuff off he's going to have to act like a child.
Yeah.
Like a teenager who just got caught. It's y'all going to couples counseling. And there's going to be some really tough stuff, which is you being curious, not judgmental, you being curious about, I want you to teach me what is exciting about this.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to do the work to get to the level of shame that he experiences, that it's continually looking for off-ramps for intimate connection in all of these not real ways and avoiding that with you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be honest with him about the grief and the fact that the marriage y'all had is over now. Do y'all want to build a new one? Because you can't unsee what you saw. Do you want to stay married to this guy?
I do.
Okay. So you're going to have to be very clear about what it's going to take for that to continue.
Yeah.
You're carrying a lot of shame on his behalf right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're carrying a lot of embarrassment. What if people found out that my husband was looking at this stuff? What if people knew my husband was jerking off to this stuff in our family house while the 3 kids were playing downstairs?
Yeah.
And you reclaiming autonomy is refusing to keep secrets. I'm not saying broadcast this. I'm absolutely not saying make a big, long, dramatic Facebook post or anything like, or calling your dad and be like, guess what happened? I'm not recommending that at all. Please don't do that.
Okay.
But I'll also tell you, you have to find people that you trust, whether it's a therapist who's bound through licensure to keep confidentiality, whether it's 2 girlfriends that know you and have stood by you through your pregnancies and through your births and through ups and downs, that you could call and say, I'm not okay. But you carrying this burden around takes your autonomy. You're playing defense in your life, and I want you to switch to offense. So if you want to fight for your marriage, I want to give you permission to fight for it. Here's what that's going to mean. Your husband violated things and blew things up. And so you walking around keeping all of that secret is weighing you down. And it's you saying, I'm not keeping secrets anymore. I'm not going to bleed on the neighborhood, but I'm not keeping secrets anymore. because I need to heal from this so that I can see clearly a path for us to stay married, for us to get well together. But you're right to be out of your mind disgusted by what you saw. You're right to feel like, I think this is an affair. It's just a digital affair. Absolutely 100%, bar none. It's an affair. He created a relationship, a sexually intimate relationship with somebody else. That somebody just happens to be AI. And if people are listening to this and rolling their eyes, I'm telling you right now, AI is good. And in fact, I'll say this, kind of like a Twinkie is better, tastes better than broccoli, right? It'll kill you, but it tastes better than broccoli. AI can be better than a person because AI just says, you got it. AI just says, you're amazing. AI doesn't get tired. AI doesn't get frustrated. AI doesn't have normal emotional rhythms like regular humans do. And so it can be better, not better for you, but it can feel easier. Let me put it that way. It can be easier. Morgan, you're right to say, I don't know who you are anymore. And he's right to look at you and say, I went down a rabbit hole, I got curious, and then I got over my head, and now I'm scared to death. The fact that he showed up and said, I'll go see somebody right away, that's cool. But you're going to have to be an integral part of the healing. And you got to be prepared for him saying, I'm not moving any further. I'm a grown man. I can look at what I want to. And you're going to have to decide, as a grown woman, as someone who's going to protect her children, do I want this in my house or not? I'll be with you every step of the way. Morgan, you call me anytime and I'll sit with you. I hate that you're going through this. And everybody listening, this is our future that we are staring at, this right now. And so if you haven't had conversations about AI relationships, about interactive digital pornography, about anime pornography, and by the way, it's already moved to not just cartoons, but there are AI people that will do whatever you want. It looks like a person. It talks like a. I mean, it's as real as it can be. Better have those conversations now, because we have started a Manhattan Project on an arms race on building this thing, and it is already everywhere. Thanks for the call, my sister. We'll be thinking about you. Your hurt and your pain and the violation you feel is very, very real. Unlike this digital relationship that your husband thinks he has.